Well, happy Thursday, second trading day of the week for me. Got a little chopped up. Took several good trades that I liked, and then just ended up kind of going back and forth, green to red, whatever, and called it a session after that. So we're gonna go and recap those trades. They were done on my live stream, which happens on my main channel, Trades by Matt, every day at market open. And these were done on my 2050K funded Apex accounts, which you can use code TBM for 80% off right now, as well as 1 day to pass. Let's go and dive into today's recap. Yo, good morning. How we doing? Welcome. Happy Thursday. It's Thursday, not Tuesday. Live head. Alrighty. This is what the daily looks like. Wow, it kind of ripped yesterday, huh? Damn. Or is this on the overnight? This is all the overnight. Oh my god, it ripped on the overnight session. Holy cow, we're up a 1.1%. I did not watch the close. Nice doji. Pushed really nice out of it. So we're up 1.1%. Little micro 1 minute trend to the downside. I don't know if that's gonna do anything. We'll see. We got overnight highs sitting up at 590. VWAP down at 455. Yesterday's value area high down at 350. So that's kind of an yesterday's value area currently is a non thing for today's session. We're 200 points above it. 220 points above it. Even VWAP questionable. Yeah, we could rotate the 120 points down pretty easily, but I mean, as of right now, until proven otherwise, it's long and strong, and I'll play it accordingly. We'll see what ends up happening. Oh yeah, news. I did not go over news. Thank you. I knew I was forgetting something. We had jobless claims at 7:30. That probably explains the pump. And then we've got 9 o'clock. Balances inventory, business inventory. Crude oil inventory is at 10. That's weird. It's normally at 9:30. Why is it at 10? You're a crude oil trader. Goolsby talking at 9. All right, 10. Words are hard today already. Probably means we should play the Wordle. Today's is hard. I'm seeing that. All right, nice push. We got volume down to 50 currently. Point of controls at 50. Nice little rotation so far. Oh, inventory correction to the downside makes a lot of sense. We pushed 1.1% at least up. Happy? Maybe. I hate the double letters this early, but I'm having a hard time thinking of any other words that starts with an H that don't have an S, like HA. But we already used T. Handy, that's a good one. Okay. Havoc. Oh my god. What? The V is not in the end or something? Oh man, that's tough. Okay. The V either has to be here or here. I don't think any words end in V, so we'll call the V here. Hello, nice slaps. VWAP coming up. Jeez, I mean, the bid off of VWAP here after a 100+ point dump kind of.
Good morning, everybody. Just got my first payout after 2 months of trading. Could not have done it without Matt and my brother Nico. Thank you, Matt. We appreciate you, man. Be smart, be patient, everyone.
Yo, chat, drop a GG for Javier. Well done, bro. Congrats on your payout. I think the only word I can think of is have, chat. With an L. Bingo. All right. Good call on the havoc. I would have never gotten have hadn't someone not suggested havoc. Nice dump to start the day. We got a block at 50 as well. I would imagine we kind of give a little bounce off this, but maybe not. If we don't, look out below. Strong close through VWAP typically yields more pain to the downside, in which case then we're definitely watching yesterday's value area high, which I said was not really on the table. That was 150 points higher. Yesterday's closed, yesterday's value area high, yesterday's initial balance high, all at the same spot at 57-ish. That's a very interesting spot. If we actually can run the lows right where we bounced off of yesterday's high, I guess. So I think if we go back down and retrade it, we do flush it, and I'll be watching for yesterday's initial balance high, yesterday's close, yesterday's value area high, all that stuff right there. And it's lit. All right, dad joke, everybody. October 17th, today, Thursday. Who was the fastest knight at King Arthur's round table? Circumference. Oh, fattest, not fattest. Fattest, not fastest. Damn it. A little 1 minute hammer down at the lows. This is actually an interesting spot. If we can retrace some of this wick at like 35 to 32, could be an interesting spot to kind of bid back up. I mean, shorting 50 to where you can put a stop at 56 is not terrible, given the current little micro range on the 22 range chart. It's what, a 6-point risk or something like that? How much is this? 5 points. It's not bad. Right at volume. Got an 80 block at 48. I think I just barely missed it, huh? That's okay. On to the next. And right into right into the break of the low. That's okay. I imagine that we sweep new lows here, to be honest. Break of 02 I think looks pretty solid. We definitely have some sellers coming through. Maybe shorting 23. It's kind of aggressive. I was so tempted to put a break, like a sell stopper in right there. I was about to do it too. Just an instant 20 points. That type of flush is so good on that type of thing, where it's like you miss it by a tick, it bids back up, and the slap is like almost inevitable. Should have done it. That's okay. Well, missed one trade. Didn't get the fill on this guy. Missed it by 2 points. And then I should have put in the break stop, or the sell stop, excuse me, at like 04. Would have been juicy. All right, coming into yesterday's close, yesterday's value high, yesterday's IB. All the stuff. I think that's the better option, as opposed to 57. 02 was the prior swing low. Could be a rejection. I don't know. I like the rejection more if we were to close heavy and then go back up and retrade 02s. For that untested wick, I like that a little bit more. I think it's a little cleaner. Instead of just like buyers stepping up. Yeah, again, failed to sweep the low by 2 points or so. Kind of an interesting idea here, right? Because we got lows on the day, and then the low that failed by 2 points. It's like if we go back down and we retrade that low, I would imagine we sweep it. Especially assuming Delta can get heavy. With that run right into like 50 value area high, point of control, or yesterday's close, value area high from yesterday, and IV. Don't know if we get there. Be cool though. Interesting idea, nonetheless. Trying. No luck yet. Can we sweep it? Triple bottom instead, so far. I'm taking the break even there. It's not doing it. We might still do it. It needs to be aggressive if I'm going to take a breakout trade like that. It's not doing it. I took a two point loss there. It's just that was like the most baby sweep of all time. It swept it 4 points. That ain't it. Took a 2 point loser. On to the next. A lot of buyers to step in front at that 20s level. I don't like it. Seems just questionable with this many buyers kind of stepping up. I got cold, chat. I was shivering. Wow, nice dumps. Bro, the stair step up, yeet down is real today. So right now, we're hanging out at volume and VWAP. This 64 and a quarter double top spooks me out a little bit. A lot of times we clean those up. So I'm hesitant to get into any shorts here because of this. I think that we sweep it. As of now, on the session, we had a high, a lower high, and a lower high as of right now with a lower low and a lower low, right? So it's like I should be trading for shorts, I think, still, until we break the 500 high. But the 64 is really scary to me. And the fact that we're just sitting at volume and VWAP, it's not my favorite. I mean, are we really, like, we re-ran the wick, which is what we talked about, but are we really not going to run it again? Like, actually run it? We're going to stop before it, 400? Run it by 2 points, for real? I mean, interesting wick here, but again, I just don't think the risk is worth it. Potentially is worth it at 440, prior high. You know, give it 5 points. Potentially this. Liquidity-wise, don't have too much going on. I'm just gonna get stopped out here. Stopped out, 5 points, 100 bucks. The push into point of control, I guess, is active. I liked the prior open, and at the time we didn't like Delta's kind of struggling to make its way back up. So I like the rollover. It's just you know, it's how aggressive do you want to be? I wanted to be fairly aggressive with that play at 40s. Instead, we push into point of control. I'm down 7 points right now. Oh, and then we get a doji after that push, where it's like, I mean, the 50s trade seems pretty likely, but it could be very similar to what we had over, where was it? Here? Where you retrace 50% of the candle, 50% of the wick, which we just did at 45, stop at 49, and then flush it. Oh, right idea. Definitely the right idea. A little tight on my stop, and then I was too scared to get in back to back like that. I hate getting in at the exact same area. I don't know. I stand by the trade I took. The flush was nice. I think that I should have just had the balls to get back in at this. The 50% retrace of the prior wick off the doji. That's the play. Should have had the balls for it. Didn't have it. Imagine taking the same IB trade again. I don't want to do that. To be perfectly honest, I don't want to. A little Ligma again. We've had a lot of Ligmas today, huh? Something like that looks pretty solid to me. I'm gonna go ahead and move it down to my true 10 points, but I like the rotation back up into like 04s. Losing a little bit of the Ligma. I'm gonna move that break even just because the buyers. Missed to buy a tick or something. If we go back up, we're pushing it. I'm gonna take that off. 235 there. A little bit more than a base hit, but still a base hit. Missed it by a tick. Goes back up. It's gonna push it by more than a tick. Just line moved it up just a little bit. Back to green on the day. From down 150 or something to now up 65. I'm not leaving yet. I'm gonna stick around. Like that trade. Ligma at the lows, delta divergence. Get back in on a little retest and rip it up a little bit. Overall, solid trade. Nothing to complain about there. Honestly, I like every trade I've taken so far. I don't have any beef with any of it. Maybe this one was a little aggressive, but it's the right idea. It just was like a little tight on the stop, which I stand by having a tight stop there. So like it is what it is. But I like that. I mean, the direction would have played out really nicely. And then the breakout trade, I liked that as well. And that was I kept it really tight. And I liked the idea of on the push into yesterday's value area high on the break. So especially with how aggressive it had been prior. So I like every trade I've taken so far. It's just about repeating them, right? Sorry, is Ligma an acronym? Yeah, for Ligma balls. Every now and then I gotta throw it out there. Every now and then. Julia just texted me. My wife just texted me. Wow, I really tuned in at the wrong time. Wow, 80 to 20 rotation on that would have played. That's crazy. 40 points. Never coming back to my entry either. Wild. At least we don't really have that much buying going on here. Makes it a little bit more interesting. I'm gonna see if on this new open I can get filled at the prior open. Nice close for the most part. We might get some continuation here. Finally. Here comes IB. Potentially. 85, value area low. Also an interesting spot to reject. Somewhere like this. See, IB's at 66. Do something like that. They might push it to 95, huh? There's 95. Fire's still looking all right here. Gonna get stopped out again. I took the aggressive approach off of value area low, wanting the continuation. I mean, Delta was looking good for it too, and the fires came out of nowhere. Not out of nowhere. Everything's been getting bought up, I guess, technically. Gonna get stopped out here. It's gonna be down what, 250, 275, down 12, 13 point. What is that? 13 points. Yeah, almost 14 points. I probably will call it there. I'm not, I don't know. I really want some continuation of downside, obviously. I'm potentially getting a little jaded on wanting the downside. I can't imagine us like getting that close to IV and not snapping it over and over again. So I don't know. I'm going to call it here before I do something dumb. Trying to short lows. Already kind of did it. So call it here. Went from red down 150 to up 60 to down 275. It's just I'm getting chopped around, and I don't want to get chopped around, to be honest. Call it here.